worst reviews was covering the 6th season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The season became infamous among fans for being too much of a downer and focusing on Buffy hating being alive, Willow becoming addicted to magic use, and basically saying that being an adult sucks. However, a lot of viewers suggested that I should have reviewed the 4th season, Buffy's first year in college, that involved a secret military task force investigating the demon world. But the thing is, I didn't think the 4th season was that terrible. Oh, I get why fans don't like it, but it also included some good comedic, more lighthearted moments. However intolerable neutered Spike became in the later seasons, the first episodes of him dealing with his impediment could be downright hilarious. And of course, the season also included the critically acclaimed episode Hush. I should mention that much of what I liked did come before Riley and the Initiative took over the storyline. But to be fair, I can look over one of the episodes from that season that is particularly disliked by many fans. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, episode Beer Bad. The episode begins with Buffy daydreaming in class about saving this pretty boy from vampires.
You're everything, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get you to forgive me.
This is Parker, who Buffy met on her first day of college and became so attracted to that she let him become only the second guy to drive his stake into her. Did I just say that out loud? Anyway, she's become all mopey now because he still hasn't called her 2 episodes later, and she's now resorting to these fantasies.
After how I've treated you, and now I owe you my life. Can you ever forgive me?
Cut to another scene before he next appears in a Speedo!
Rough day? Come on, Buff. Be a lonely drunk.
Yeah, Xander, meanwhile, has now taken a job as a bartender for the on-campus bar in his latest attempt to find steady work and meet hot college chicks. Yeah, this was just after he started dating the former vengeance demon Anya, so I'm not sure whether or not he's got balls or a death wish.
Rough day?
Stop flicking at me.
You can flick that lighter all you want. John Bond ain't coming out for another encore.
I feel strongly about Stinky Parker Man.
He can be really sweet. I'm telling you, I think that he has intimacy problems because of the death of his father.
She can tell who's a vampire just by looking at his clothes, but she can't tell when a boy only wanted her for her body. This is beyond painful. She goes to the bar that night only to find out that Parker is a major pimp daddy, and this kicks her moping into overdrive.
Parker's problem with intimacy turns out to be that he can't get enough of it. And I know it.
Buffy.
I'm a slut.
No.
Idiot.
No.
Yeah, even after her last boyfriend turned into a monster who wanted to destroy the universe after he slept with her, being used for a one-night stand is a bigger blow to her ego. And yes, I am aware that this show is supposedly about growing up and relationships, with the monster fighting being just window dressing, but it's just surreal to see someone who can absolutely kick demon ass and take names become this pouty, depressed chick just because one guy didn't know how good he could have had it. Yes, he's a schmuck, but girl, you could land any guy out there. Find someone better and flaunt him in front of this jerk. I don't know, maybe someone like...
Oh, Riley's so sorry.
Hold off the torches and pitchforks. This is his only appearance in the episode.
I guess maybe I'm old-fashioned, but my father always says if you want to be a gentleman, you don't even care what my father says.
I'm sorry, what?
Forget about it.
Remember, guys, that type of attitude will make the female fans hate you. Instead, Buffy goes and bumps into generic frat boys who invite her to join their beer party.
All the socioeconomic and psychological problems inherent in modern society can be solved by the judicious application of way too much beer.
Black Cross is the only beer.
My mother always said beer is evil.
Huh, funny, I never heard Joyce say that before. It's almost like that just came out of nowhere. Oh, but apparently beer is evil, but not whatever they drink at the Bronze. Yeah, whatever's in those plastic cups, I'm guessing it's not Dr. Pepper. I mean, it's really almost like they had to say that for some reason. The scene at the Bronze, by the way, is to introduce this chick named Veruca, who is instrumental in removing Oz from the main cast. It has no bearing on this episode's plot, so we'll move on. The next morning, Buffy seems to be suffering from a quite unusual hangover.
TV is a good thing. Bright colors, music, tiny little people.
Please tell me they're not throwing in another TV rots your brain message on a TV show.
Now, if I've been unclear in any way, speak now.
Buffy!
Good. Now, before you go, make sure you
Buffy,
get
are
the big
you okay?
worksheet from the TAs.
So remember, beer will make you so hungry that you'll steal food right out of other people's hands. Meanwhile, we cut to, I don't know, stock footage from every mad scientist horror movie ever made. Aha! They're adding stuff to make alcohol more addictive! It's not just the tobacco companies who are doing that! So, rather than take out her frustration by killing vampires, which I think most viewers would have liked to see, Buffy instead goes back for another night with Larry, Curly, Moe, and the Fourth Stooge as they continue to reverse the evolution process. Yeah, you think I'm kidding, right?
Smelly head. Sings.
And to think I wasted all my free time in college at basketball games.
Want more singing? Want more beer?
Oh, I've cut you off.
Did it hurt? Want beer? Like beer. Beer good.
Beer bad. Bad, bad beer. What the hell am I saying?
I don't know, it really sounds forced to me. Xander sends Buffy home, but that's not the end of his problems.
Hey, you all right in there?
Boy, can I think of some people who would be offended by this episode.
I'm not 100% in love with your tone right now.
Some of your patrons are turning into cavemen.
They had it coming. I've been taking abuse from snot-nosed kids for 20 years. I mean, they're always coming in here with their snotty attitudes, drinking their fruity little microbrews.
The beer.
Neat, huh? My brother-in-law's a warlock. He showed me how to do it.
Yes, the bar owner is the one responsible for this transformation because he thinks it was a better idea to turn his customers into goons and put innocent lives in danger rather than just perhaps raising his prices and taking joy in getting rich off their young alcoholism. Congratulations! You're the Lex Luthor of barkeeps!
I serve them that beer. I serve Buffy that beer.
It'll wear off in a day or so.
In a day or so, someone can get killed. You're a bad, bad man.
Oh, and I quit also! So yes, people, there's your lesson for today. Don't drink beer, or your bartender will spike it with magic potion that will turn you into a Neanderthal! Yeah, you may think I'm joking, but this is what I've been alluding to. This episode was forced onto Joss Whedon and the writers by the WB network because they thought the viewers needed a message on the evils of binge drinking. So you could probably guess how they felt about suits getting involved in their jobs.
I can't believe you served Buffy that beer.
I didn't know it was evil.
You knew it was beer.
Well, excuse me, mister. I spent the 60s in an electric Kool-Aid funky Satan groove.
Keep in mind, Whedon was likely still bitter at the network because they refused to air the third season's finale, thinking its climax was too traumatic for viewers in the wake of the Columbine High School tragedy. Because an episode about having to fight a demonic mayor and blow him up inside your high school is too much like a bunch of insane students going on an actual real-life killing spree. Whedon was so pissed off at this decision that he actually encouraged his viewers to seek out illegal bootlegs of the episodes. With all this network meddling, it's little wonder why Joss packed up and moved his show to UPN in another year. Okay, back to whatever plot there actually is. Xander gets Giles to help him see how Buffy is doing. Not as hot as Raquel Welch, still better than the cave girl from that other show. While all this is going on, Willow goes to do the one thing Buffy doesn't have the fortitude to do, confront Parker.
I've yet to find a girl that I can just, sit with. Feeling totally at ease, spewing whatever's on my mind.
Just how gullible do you think I am?
What?
Only thing you're thinking about is how long before you can jump on my bones.
Look, if you think that
I mean, you men. It's all about the sex.
Jeez, whoever wrote this episode, why don't you just say you want us all to cut our members off and get it over with?
I tell you, men haven't changed since the dawn of time.
Okay, I'm not a pyro expert, but I'm guessing furniture doesn't catch fire that quickly.
Oh no.
Fire bad.
Only you can prevent fire. No, wait, that's someone else's line. So this ultimately becomes the episode's big confrontation. Buffy having to save Willow and Parker from a burning building.
Buffy, what do we do? Oh God.
Unless she just leaves him there to burn. Of course not, because this is a teen drama where the protagonist doesn't destroy people just because she doesn't like them. I know I've made way too many Veronica Mars jokes recently. It's just been a bad month.
Do you think you could forgive me?
Hey, it's still better than leaving him to die. And that's how the episode ends, with Cave Buffy beating up Parker, the Cave Frats locked in a van, and nothing apparently done to the barkeep who caused this whole mess.
Was there a lesson in all this, huh? What did we learn about beer?
Fully.
Good. Just as long as that's clear.
So that's Beer Bad, an episode that came from network stuff shirts wanting to tell young people not to drink and instead likely drove them to drink because of how much it sucks. The biggest problem is that the writers were clearly more focused on sticking it to the network executives than delivering a good story. As a result, the real antagonist of the episode isn't defined, and it doesn't seem like there's any real resolution to what little conflict there is. Oh, and because the fight in the teaser was a dream, No actual vampires or demons appeared in this episode. Lame. So remember, alcohol is bad, casual sex is bad, and I should be thankful that my college years were a stone-cold sober, virginal, lonely mess. See you next time on TV Trash.